All right, so in this video, we are going to create a class booking calendar. So this is different from one-on-one calendars and collective calendars, just what we have discussed before, because here, multiple people can book the same time slots, okay? So before we start, understand muna natin or recap muna natin that when we say class booking, that's one schedule for multiple attendees. Example niyan, we have group coaching, webinars, training sessions, and workshops. So now let's go high level so we can start setting up our class booking calendar. So once you're here inside of your go high level, just go to calendars and then click on calendar settings, choose new calendar, and then click on class booking. Alright, so andito na tayo sa first step na pag-create ng class booking calendar at mapapansin niyo agad na medyo similar siya sa ibang calendars. So let's go through this step by step. First, we have the calendar name. So ito yung makikita ng team and the customer na magbo-book sa inyo. So for this one, let's name this a free webinar. And then, same tip pa rin sa collective calendar booking. You make it clear, lalo na if marami kayong calendars. So for the description naman, this is optional but this is very helpful. So here you can describe what the class is about at kung sino yung target audience. So for this one, let's just say choose a slot for the webinar, for example, okay? So for the select team, a member naman, piliin mo kung sino yung host ng class. So for this one, let's choose a Jam. As you can see, isa lang yung pwedeng piliin dito. Kasi once I choose Jam, I can no longer choose Blanche, right? So for the custom URL, so this is your booking link. So for example, for this one, we can have this a free webinar with Jam. So you can always customize this one. For the meeting duration, kung gaano kataas yung class. For example, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or 90 minutes. Sa ito naman yung pinaka-importante, yung seats per class. This is what makes this calendar different from the other calendars. Kasi ito lang yung may seats per class. So this defines kung ilang tao ang pwedeng mag-book sa same time slot. Okay, example, you can set this to 10. That means 10 people can join this class, or 10 people can join this class booking calendar. You can also set this to 50. So that means 50 katao yung makaka-join sa class na to. So para siyang webinar style. So important to note lang na once puno na siya, hindi na makikita yung slot. Hindi na pwedeng i-book yung slot na yun. Right? So, for the meeting location here, you can add a Zoom link, a Google Meet, or a webinar link. But if it's an actual naman na class, like my physical na location talaga, you can also put here the meeting location. So, important to note lang that same link will be given to all the attendees for this one. Okay? Hindi siya per person, but same link for all the attendees. For the booking availability, we will be customizing this more later dito sa my advanced settings. And then here sa Agza Payments naman, turn this on if this is a paid class. Turn this on if this is a paid class, or for this case, if this is since this is a free webinar, so hindi kailangan na i-turn on to kasi free webinar naman siya. So sa advanced settings, same as before, dito yung deeper controls like the availability, the notifications, booking rules, and we will go there next. So if everything looks good, you can click on confirm. But again, since we want to have deeper controls, so let's click on the advanced settings. Alright, so after clicking the advanced settings, mapupunta tayo dito sa basic details. And mapapansin nyo, some fields are already filled out. That's because galing siya sa first step and now we are just refining it or adding more information. So first, for the calendar logo, this is what your attendees will see sa booking page. So you can upload your brand logo or your webinar cover image. So for this one, let's go to our media storage and let's use this one for example. So here's a tip then for webinars. Mas maganda if branded siya para mas professional, right? So for the calendar name, So you have here the free webinar. So pwede mo pa rin itong i-edit if needed. So make it benefit driven if possible. So for example, instead of just saying free webinar, you can say free webinar, how to get clients online. Alright, so pwede na ganun. Now for the description, this is important for class booking. Kasi dito mo i-explain what the webinar is about and what they will learn. So for example, we can say here, join this free webinar and learn how to get your first clients online even if you're starting from scratch. For the custom URL, so this is your booking link. And the one that we have here is galing sa first step kanina, which is the free webinar with Gem. So keep it short, keep it clear, and easy to share. For the group naman, again, this is optional. And for organization lang ito. So use this if marami kang calendars and if gusto mo siyang i-categorize. For example, calendars for webinars, calendars for coaching, and calendars for sales. Si meeting invite title naman, this is what shows sa calendar invite. As you can see here, default to ni Go High Level itong contact name, meaning automatic siya na mapapersonalize. But we want to add more information, so maybe we can say here contact name and then free webinar. So ibig sabihin, yung magiging output niyan sa meeting invite will become, if si John yung nag-fill out ng calendar or nag-book ng calendar na ito, magiging John free webinar. Okay? For the meeting color, this is for internal use. This helps you identify bookings and also organize your calendar visually. So kayo na bahala anong color yung gusto ninyong gamitin for this one. So this step is all about making your class or webinar look professional and clear. So for class booking, your description matters more because people are deciding to join, not just to book a time. So always remember that, especially when you are also helping your clients, that class bookings, pinaka-importante yung description because people are deciding to join, not just to book a time. Alright, so next step tayo sa staff and meeting location inside Go High Level. And this is where we define kung sino yung host at kung saan gaganapin yung class. As you can see, meron na tayo ditong si Jem Vincent Donaire. So this is the host of the webinar. So again, take note lang that for class booking, isa lang yung pwedeng maging host. Hindi kailangan multiple. So for the meeting location, now this is the most important part kasi currently nakaset ito sa custom, meaning ikaw mismo maglalagay ng link. So you can paste here a Zoom link, a Google Meeting link, or a webinar platform link. Depende na yan sa inyo. But you also have other options. Depende na yan sa inyo. And you cannot choose other platforms. Okay? You can only choose custom. That's why yung pwede nyo nang ilagay dito is the Zoom link, the Google Meeting link for the webinar, or the webinar platform link. For example, lagay muna natin for now, zoom.com. This is very important kasi for class booking, one shared link lang for everyone. Kaya siguro hindi nila inallow itong ibang platforms. Kaya dapat naka-customize lang siya. Kasi one shared link lang naman for everyone. Ibig sabihin lahat ng attendees, same link. Hindi per person yung pag-generate ng link. Hindi siya pa iba-iba. So ibig sabihin, if mali yung link mo dito, lahat ng attendees mo mawawala. So that's very important. So make sure na tama yung link, make sure din na working yung link, at make sure din na ready yung link mo before mo distribute itong calendar na to. And when it comes to removing or changing host, you can remove the host or replace it with another user. For example, I can remove here Gem and then I can replace it with Blanche. And then as you can see, nawala yung meeting location kasi nga nag-change tayo ng host, but you can paste it here pabalik. But again, keep it simple and one main host. So always communicate with your client kung sino yung magiging host ng webinar na to or ng class booking calendar na to. So this step is all about making sure your class has a clear destination kung saan pupunta lahat ng nagbo-book. And in class booking, again, this link is the venue of your event. So make sure that it's correct and it is consistent. Next step, pupunta na tayo sa availability where we define kailan gaganapin yung class. So for the booking availability, makikita nyo dito yung schedule ng host na naka-assign sa class booking calendar na ito. So this is based on the availability ng host and then ng working hours setup din. So itong recurring meeting na toggle, ito importante din to. If one-time webinar lang siya or one-time class lang siya, turn off nyo to. Pero if recurring siya na webinar, for example, every week, every day, so you have to toggle this on. Now let's go back to the availability of the host. So you can see here, weekly hours and then date specific hours. So for the weekly hours, this is the regular schedule. And you can also edit that. So dito natin i-edit yung availability ng host. For the date specific hours naman, if there are specific dates na magkaiba yung schedule mo, for example, di ba dito sa weekly hours, you set this na 8 to 5 p.m. ka from Monday to Friday. But let's say for example, on May 7, half day ka lang. So you go here sa date specific hours and then you add date specific hours and then May 7 and then since half day ka lang, so let's say instead na 8 to 5, magiging 8 to 12 noon lang siya. Ayan. So once you click on save, andito na siya. So ibig sabihin, during May 7, okay, iba-bypass na itong andito. Yung i-follow niya is the date specific hours. Gets? Alright, so next step tayo, booking rules inside the class booking calendar ng Go High Level. And this is where we control how people book your class. So first, we have the meeting interval. This is the spacing ng time slots. So example, if 30 minutes, yung time slots natin available will become 9 a.m., 9:30 a.m., 10 a.m., 10:30 a.m. every 30 minutes. Okay? So for webinar classes, this is usually less important if fixed naman yung schedule, but still good to set it properly. For the meeting duration, this is how long your class is. So for example, it could be a 60-minute na webinar, or it could also be a 90-minute na webinar. So, the best practice, mas maganda na kung ano yung meeting duration mo, yun na din yung meeting interval mo. And then just make sure lang that, guys, these matches your actual session. Okay? For the minimum scheduling notice, this is very important for classes kasi this defines how late can someone still book. Example, if you set here 2 hours, that means pwede pa silang mag-book ng 2 hours before the class starts or before the webinar starts. You can also make it here 1 day to make sure na no same day booking if that's what you want. So yeah, but for this one, let's have it 1 hour minimum scheduling notice. So for the date range, this is how far ahead people can book. Ibig sabihin, if I am going to put here 7 days, that means people can book 7 days from now. So yan yung date range. For the pre-buffer time, this is the time before the class. Example, 15 minutes preparation time. For the post-buffer time naman, this is the time after the class. So we can also set here 15-minute na break or reset. So this is very important if sunod yung classes mo. For the seats per class, ito ulit yung pinaka-critical. Example for this one, may 50 na siya kasi that's what we filled out during the first step. And ibig sabihin nito, up to 50 attendees yung makaka-join ng webinar na to. So ibig sabihin, if once the slot is full, mawawala yung slot na yon and then no more bookings. Okay? So this section right here controls your booking flow, how early they can book, how many can join, and how your schedule behaves. Guys, if mali ang booking rules mo, either mapupuno ka ng sabay or wala kang attendees at all. Alright, so next step tayo, the form and the confirmation. So this is where we control kung anong info yung kukunin natin sa mga attendees and kung ano yung makikita nila after booking. So this is your registration plus confirmation experience. So let's go sa forms selection. Here, you can select kung ano yung form na gagamitin mo. So this is the form na sasagutan nila. High level will provide the default fields like the first name, email, phone, and notes. But you can create a form and then piliin mo siya once you have created that form. Okay? Kung paano gumawa ng form, we have a separate video lesson for that. So create a form for this webinar, for example, and then you can just choose that form from here. So these helps you understand your audience. For the widget order, step 1 here says date and time, and step 2 says form. Meaning, pipili muna sila ng schedule bago sila mag-fill up ng form. So you can keep this as is for less friction. Mas maganda talagang unahin muna yung date and time selector bago yung form. For the sticky contacts, these autofill fields if returning user siya. Okay, so it makes booking faster and smoother. So we always toggle this on. For the consent checkbox, this is for compliance, okay? Especially sa email and SMS marketing. You can customize the message naman depending on your setup. For the confirmation page, now this is after they book. So we have the default and we also have here the redirect URL. For the default, it's a simple confirmation message. Now this one is default by high level, but you can always edit this one. For the redirect URL naman, this is where you will send them to another page. So you can put here like a customized na thank you page. You can add the URL of the thank you page right here. So usually for webinars, we use a redirect URL para madala agad sila sa webinar instructions or if there is any next steps. But for now, let's use muna the default one. Again, currently the message is very generic, but we can improve this one. Say for example, we can say here your seat is confirmed. Check your email or the webinar link. Make sure to join 5 minutes early. Something like that. So just make it clear, exciting, and instruction based. For the Metapixel ID, this is optional and this is for tracking purposes. So you can use this if you are running ads or if you want to track signups. For the auto-confirm new calendar meetings na toggle, I would suggest you to keep this on para automatic yung confirmation, walang manual approval, and then maging smooth yung experience nila. So this is especially important for webinars kasi you don't want delays. For the next step, pupunta tayo sa payments. And this is actually optional depending if free or paid yung webinar na ikakonduct natin. So tulad nga ng sinabi natin kanina sa first step, so since this is a free webinar, so there's no need for us to set this up for now. Now let's go to the notifications and policies. This is where you control kung ano yung mga messages na isasend mo sa attendees, kailan mo sila i-remind, at ano yung rules nila for cancel or rescheduling. So let's discuss this notification section. Dito mo makikita the different events. Once an appointment is booked for unconfirmed, once an appointment is booked for confirmed, once they cancel, once they reschedule. So we can also send a reminder before the appointment and follow up as well. So the key focus dito, yung pinaka-importante talaga dito guys, is the reminder. Kasi if walang reminders, people might forget. So, ibig sabihin, maaapektuhan din yung attendance ng webinar. Possible na bababa din siya. So, my recommended setup for this one, especially for webinars, is you turn on the reminders for email. You also have the option to turn it on for SMS or WhatsApp. But, pinaka-importante, based on my experience, is si email talaga. So here naman we can customize yung mga notifications na isa-send natin. The best practice is to send 24 hours and then 1 hour before. Okay? So here, let's say we want to send a reminder to the contact 24 hours before and then 1 hour before. And here you can customize the email that you want to send, right? So that's for the contact. Now, if you want also to notify the assigned user, you can also do that here. And you can also adjust the time when you want the reminder to be sent before the webinar. So these increases show up rate significantly kasi nga now we are sending reminders to our contacts or to our customers. And then let me just go back here muna. Ito pala sa sa content ng email, you don't want this to be so generic. For example, this one, this is a friendly reminder about your upcoming appointment. Here are the details, diba? So instead of you saying this one, you can say that your webinar starts in 24 hours, your webinar starts in 1 hour, join here, don't miss this, something like that, okay? Another important din dito na pwede natin gamitin, especially for webinars or class bookings, is itong follow-up. So ito yung mga sinasend natin ng mga messages after the webinar. So we can use this for the replay. Diba? If magsasend tayo ng replay link, we can put that here. Or we can also use this for offer or for the next step after the webinar. Actually, this is where real conversion happens. Kasi most of the marketers, especially our clients, they use webinars as their lead magnet. So they invite people to join webinars, and then right after that, my next step actually, pwede na magbenta sila doon, or they want their attendees to proceed on the next step. Now let's go to the additional settings. Dito sa assign contacts to the respective calendar team members each time an appointment is booked. We usually keep this on kasi this automatically assigns attendees to the owner. So this is very useful for tracking and for follow-ups kasi ma-assign lahat ng mga attendees. And then for skip assigning contact, if the contact is already an assigned user, we usually turn this off. We only turn this on if my existing na assigned salesperson na. Okay, but again, we usually turn this off. Now for the cancellation and reschedule policy, we recommend this to be turned on because this gives flexibility instead of losing attendee. So, ibig sabihin, pwede silang mag-reschedule. Si cancellation naman, we also recommend this to be turned on kasi in reality, guys, mas better na mag-cancel kaysa hindi sila magpakita, di ba? So, they can cancel because once they cancel naman, we can set up this one right here, the cancellation, to encourage them to rebook. So for the expiry setting, same lang naman yung purpose ng dalawang to. So ito yung limit kung hanggang kailan sila pwede mag-reschedule. Example, 60 minutes before the meeting and 60 minutes before the meeting. Ibig sabihin, they can reschedule 60 minutes before the meeting, and they can also cancel the class 60 minutes before the meeting then. So for the third-party calendar settings, this is intended for our Google Outlook and iCloud integration. So I recommend you turn this on because these will automatically send calendar invites, and this will also add an event to their calendars, and this will also send reminders to them via their calendar. So these alone can increase attendance big time talaga. For the meeting invite notes, this shows inside their calendar invite. So, example, you can improve this one actually by giving more information about the webinar. For example, we have here webinar, how to get clients online, for example. And then you can add here join link. This is where you put the link to that webinar para lang makita talaga nila. So that's the purpose of that. Importante lang, you have to make it clear and easy to follow. So next step is the last step, which is the widget appearance. And this is the widget appearance. So this is where you polish how your calendar looks kapag naka-embed na siya or sined mo na siya sa clients. So first is the seats per slot. Turn this on. So first is the seats per slot. Now, I will recommend you turn this on. Bakit? Kasi dito nakikita ng users or ng gustong mag-book kung ilang slots na lang yung available. And this also creates urgency, lalo na for webinars. Kasi if nakikita nila na 3 seats na lang yung natitira, mas mabilis sila na mag-book. And then for the calendar cover image, this is optional pero recommended siya kung may branding ka or may webinar poster ka. But take note lang that hindi siya always visible sa booking link. It's more for groups or calendar views. For the calendar widget style, I would recommend using Neo kasi modern look. Si Classic kasi medyo outdated look siya. So let's go to the primary settings. So here you can set the primary color. So syempre, ima-match mo siya sa brand color mo. For the background color, keep it simple. You can make it white or light neutral. para clean and easy to read. But again, nasa sa inyo pa rin yung option. For the bottom text, ito yung makikita nila na text doon sa my button. But for webinars or classes, mas maganda na instead na schedule meeting, let's say here, reserve your seat. And then for the calendar title, calendar description, and calendar details, you want all of these to be toggled on. Okay, para clear sa user kung ano yung binubook nila at context para makita nila yung mga details. For the insert custom code naman, this is optional and this is used if may tracking scripts ka, may custom styling ka, so you can put the code here. So we usually skip this one, hindi namin ito madalas na ginagamit. And then since everything is looking good, let's click on save changes right here and then let's preview it. So let's click on preview widget. Now you'll be directed to this page right here. Ayan, so andito yung logo natin, the title of the calendar, kung ilang oras yung webinar, the date of today, the description that we put in, and then dito yung mga slots natin. You can also see here kung ilang seats yung available. So let's click on this one, select natin, and then here is the form. And as you can see, hindi ako nag-fill out, pero dito na yung mga information ko. So dahil yan sa sticky contacts, okay? And then I confirm, then reserve your seat. And then here's the thank you page na kinustomize natin kanina. Your seat is confirmed. Check your email for the webinar link. Make sure to join 5 minutes early. And then they have the option here to add this event to their Google Calendar, Outlook Calendar, or iCloud Calendar. All right, so that's how you set up a class booking calendar inside Go High Levels. Now you have a fully working booking system that you can use for webinars, group classes, and trainings. So that's it for now. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. And guys, I'll see you on the next video lesson where we will be discussing another calendar type. God bless everyone.